Hey guys, real quick before we get into the video today, I just wanted to bring to your attention, I do have a TcgPlayer Store that I sell pretty frequently on here. If you guys come to my store, MatthewCodysCards, you'll see I have several cards up here for sale. Just reach out to me and let me know. If you guys are interested in anything like that, you can message me on YouTube and just say, hey, I'm interested in this card you have, and maybe we can work out a deal or something. I also have an eBay store where I do sell pretty frequently with like decors and play mats and football cards and stuff like that. So just reach out, guys. Please enjoy the video. Peace. Okay, so we are done with a format in which Snake Eye took over and just dominated for the past several months, right? And now we're at locals wondering, are we just repeating history by playing Ubel Fiendsmith now? Well, I present to you what I think is a I would call it like a tier 1.5 deck that can compete and is also very budget. Hey guys, True Knight here. So let's get into my Fire King Snake Eye deck for September 2025. Okay. So this deck works a lot like Inferno, in my opinion. There is no 3-Os. There's 2 of, but it's a lot of 1-Os. And so the deck is strong inherently because of the multiple engines it can play. And I call it budget because I assume budget is like 150 and lower, in my opinion. Anything over 150, you're starting to scratch that, like, okay, is this becoming too much money? So, let's get right into it. Starting out with the Fire King cards, playing 1 Phoenix, 2 Karen, 1 Garunix, 1 Arvada, and 1 Barrow. Very much like the old days when you played Fire King before Snake Eye came out. I think these are the correct ratios. The only thing is that you're not playing 3 of Phoenix, you're playing just 1. And people would play 3 of Arvada. You only need 1. For the spells, I am playing 1 Island, 1 spell, Sanctuary, and I'm choosing to play 1 Skyburn. I got motivation for this deck from Worlds, and this card was clutch the whole time. So. And then, now I'm playing multiple packages, okay? So, I'm just going to start out with it. I'm playing 1 Black Witch, 3 Wanted, 1 OSS. So, this is budget in my opinion, because in 2 weeks from now, it's currently the 9th, the tins will come out, and this will probably be about a $5 or $7 card. And then, I think that Bonanza will have this, and this will become a 5-cent card. So, will become very cheap. A lot of people have them now, so you can just throw it in there and just kind of roll with it. Now for the Snake Eye package: 1 Nash, 1 Poplar, 1 Oak, 1 Flameburge, and 1 Temple. Very, very niche. It is a simplistic Snake Eye package. It reminds me a lot of what Fire King was prior to Snake Eye, because you're not so heavily reliant on these cards. You're more reliant on these cards and what they can bring, rather than you are here. This will just simply bridge the gap between the two, because you can play Beer Servant, you could play Tri-Brigades instead, you could play those things, but I just feel like these 2 engines right here are so much stronger than any of those. And a fair majority of people, let's face it, have some kind of Snake Eye cards in their collection. so you could build these up. And this deck, like, can go toe-to-toe with Yubel. It can go toe-to-toe with Tenpai, it can go at it with Runic. You guys can square up with those decks with this engine, like, no joke. Now for non-engine, we're playing, which is another very strong part of the deck, 3 Ash, 3 Nib, 3 Velar. Still, even after post-ban this, still some of the strongest hand traps in the game. And it allows for you to side deck a lot of board breakers against Yubel, things like that. But these are still very strong into the meta. And they're all cards that you can get supers of out of rarity 1. Again, budget. Now I'm also doing the Bestial on it. These are cards that we should have held on to. You should have already owned. If you don't have the Magamoot, just do 2 Druis and 1 Baldrake, or if you only have these 2 in Sarnir, that's totally fine too. I'm not using him or maintaining him for the search effect. I'm maintaining what they can do against Yubel, like light and dark stuff. These can get rid of problematic cards that you're facing your opponent's trying to combo. Excuse me, I'm a little new with it. I'm also playing 2 talents and 1 thrust. And then, this should be Bonfire. I just don't want to spend 50 bucks on the 2 of them right now. And this is just as clutch, believe it or not, because I've had a couple of games where I searched out Onyx and went off and won from there. So, and then 1/1 for 1 force. And last but not least, playing the Infinite Impermanence. So, very, very easy, self-explanatory. Let me also grab something there. Okay. Then okay, let's get into the extra deck. Sorry, I had forgotten that I had a couple of decks that or a couple of cards I wanted to do for the extra deck. So just some tokens. Okay, here we go. 1 relinquished animal. This over the Salamangreat because you just want to be able to suck up cards sometimes and take them and we'll swing for good. I am playing the IP and SP package. Again, this will probably be your most expensive thing in the deck, which will probably be landing around $40 or $50 come tins. So. And then Ita and Wolf. I do play the Nightmare Phoenix, Promethean, and Decode. Drawing 1 is great. It can help you keep on league climbing, and then this, of course, just insane with the Snake Eye stuff. Now, Ambler will, because it's a great card to finish on. A lot of not negations, but a lot of interruptions. For going second, you just want to be able to go into access code. And then, of course, the Z-Lantis package. Now, because we are playing Fire King, I do play the Garunix. Insane card, guys. If you're playing Fire King, have this in your extra deck. Please, like, don't make the mistake of not playing it. I choose to play this guy just because I love Dangirsu's effect to send the card to the grave. You're not destroying, you're sending. So, your opponent loses out on if destroyed by effects, because you're just sending it there. So. And then last but not least, Star Slayer. So, my thoughts on this deck. I really do believe that this deck is like tier 1, tier 1.5 right now. I think that this is one of the strongest decks in the game. Right up there with Tenpai and Yubel Kingsmith. I think this deck can go toe-to-toe with those easily every day. If not going even, you could come out winning at a tournament. So my challenge to you guys is somebody build this, take it to locals, and tell me how you do. Because I'm not going to locals right now just because I'm not feeling too great, and with work and all I can't. So I just want to see somebody else play. So especially right now because with Rhoda on the horizon, I know a lot of people are going to be asking about, well, what happens when Azamina comes out? I think this can contend with Azamina cards. I think that this deck and the way it just can extend, like I tested multiple hours, guys, where I was going up against 1 interruption, 2 interruptions, 3. I went up all the way against 4 interruption hits. Just people who drew Snake Eye Ash plus 4 hand traps. And I was still able to end on boards with like 3 interruptions plus hand traps. Like, so this deck can just do that. If at the very worst you end up with a Ponix and Kieran in hand by the start of your opponent's main phase, you're fine. Because you just threaten that interruption at any time. Because they don't know what else is coming. So I think that this is a very strong deck right now. And I think a lot of people aren't thinking about it because they're just thinking, oh, Fire King can't do anything and Snake Eye has been limited and all that stuff. But that can't be further than the truth, guys. Like, this deck goes hard. It goes really, honestly, and I think honestly too, if you take these out and put bonfires in, when, of course, if you're a budget player, when the tins come out, if not, and you want to just go buy them, hey, go for it. So, but to me, this deck can really square up with any of the best decks right now. So, yet to be seen with Azamina and all that stuff coming down the pipeline, but as it stands right now, I feel like this deck is pretty bonkers. So that'll be it for me tonight, guys. Welcome to a new series of mine that I'm doing. I'm going to try and continue this at least try and do this like maybe 3 or 4 times a month, but this will be a series called Deck of the Week, and I just will pick one of the deck cores that I have, or multiple deck cores that I have, put them together, things like that, and create a deck, and we can just go over it and talk about it. This week is Fire King Snake Eye. I know we're coming off the balls of Snake Eye deck meta for the past 7 months, and everybody's sick of it, but I think with the inclusion of these cards, you might see people who really didn't like Snake Eye come out and say, but I can play my favorite Fire King cards and include these and just go off with it. Because you can. And it's really fun. Really fun. So, my challenge to you guys is, even if you don't like Snake Eye cards, give it a try. Just give it a try. See how well you do at tournaments, learn the interactions, and just try and go have fun, I guess. So, that'll be it for me. Welcome to the new series. I hope you guys enjoy it. Episode 2 will be coming out next week, and we'll kind of go from there. Be kind, be respectful. See you in the next one. Peace.